All right, the one Kaylee forgot is Scion. Yeah, Scion.
Scion?
So this one is about a gay kid who gets cancer. And he goes,
Oh, oh my god.
yeah. Kaylee has like no memory of these episodes
I
we
don't
watched.
know why.
We did watch these like days and days ago, maybe a week ago.
And they are 2 seconds long.
They are seriously
so
so short, it's crazy. They feel like a commercial.
they're so quick. And I mean, yeah, unless, like, I think that's kind of, with these, if they're not super cool and memorable, or, like, really horrible, which I don't know if we've had one that's super horrible yet, but we've had a few that we liked. I remember
good
those.
amount, sure.
But these, yeah, I don't know. So, okay.
So spoilers, obviously.
Yeah.
This kind of plays out like Get Out to a degree, right? Except for instead of black people, it's gay people. That being said, it's not like, they're taking over gay people because gay is the new white, right? Like in Get Out, it's like they're taking over black people because black people are in fashion, right? Like that's what they say in the movie. But in this one, this kid gets cancer, and there's this cult there that chooses these rich kids as vessels, right? So they kind of these parents become wealthy because they basically do a deal with the devil, and because of that, they take one of their kids, their firstborn or whatever, whichever one they choose, and then these kids get sick and they have to come to this retreat, and while they're there, they take over and transfer, the demon or the people or whatever the hell over into this kid. And what's really, I mean, the thing that you remember the most in this is like how super sad it is that these two guys are so in love in this, and that his boyfriend is coming to visit him all the time, and he kind of has to, he doesn't really keep him a secret. His family is like not approving of it. Their typical traditional freaking bullshit family who thinks that homosexuals are less than, and they don't want it like to be seen in public with them. But the parents tolerate it to a degree more than some would. Some would be like, hell no. They're kind of just like dealing with it, but aren't accepting of it. But they're in love, and they're not gonna hide it, not even from their parents, which I think is great. But throughout it, like his boyfriend and him they're so in love and they're so crazy about each other. But then he gets turned in the end, and then he comes out and his boyfriend's all happy, like he recovered, he doesn't have cancer anymore. He thought he was gonna die, but they went through this like ultra rich person treatment that worked and cured him, and he's just like so happy that he's out. And when he comes out, of course, he's a different person, and the other guy doesn't know that, but he does. And he just like, he's like, I'm over you, and just like moves on, which is super sad. But it does end with like some wannabe Michael Jackson Thriller freaking demon eyes when he looks at the camera.
That's right. I do remember.
And it's like really bad CG, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I
shouldn't have done that.
What? Shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that.
No.
Maybe like just contacts.
Yeah.
Just get him some contacts.
Why? It was a like post. Something they decided in post. Like,
last minute.
Man, we should have.
They're like, when does this air? I'm like 10 minutes. Like, I got this shit. You got TikTok? Let's use a TikTok filter for the ending.
Oh, yeah, I remember those eyes. I mean, yeah, like as you were talking about it, I remembered a little bit more. And I do think that the most memorable things are what you've already said, that their relationship is very sweet and you feel very bad for them.
In case anyone's going to say, like, oh, he doesn't let Kaylee talk. Kaylee doesn't fucking remember anything about this.
Okay, this one, yeah.
Kaylee doesn't remember anything. So if I don't talk, she ain't gonna talk, okay? And 99% of the time, if I'm talking, it's because Kaylee isn't gonna say anything in the moment that I'm talking. So for enough of that shit, he talks too much. She doesn't talk enough. So talk more.
Well, I don't have much to say about
I know you don't. But when I get that comment down, he talks so much, talks right over her. I ain't talking over nothing. I ain't talking over shit. She has nothing to say about this episode. She doesn't even remember it. We sat down to press record, and I was like, remember this? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, we're going to record. And she's just sitting there like, I'm explaining the episode to her so she can be like, oh, yeah, that thing. Okay. Subscribe.
100%.
That's her contribution.
So, on that note, why don't you subscribe?
Subscribe.
And you can listen to more of his rants and videos and look at me sit here with that look in my eye. But also, you could check out our Patreon where we do watch parties. Now for our patrons, twice a month, every other Friday. And we have a TikTok account where we're posting 31 days of horror movie recommendations. Today, we did demon movies.
Yeah.
And we'll have more, obviously, as the month goes on. Hence the 31 days. So, yeah.
Just give us your money. Just hand it to us. Yeah. No, I just... as far as this episode goes, honestly, it's just like there really isn't much to say. You've got this like it is kind of one of those things where it is so tropey, where it's like the rich kid, the parents, made the deal, he's got to sacrifice his soul, but it's done at warp speed. Mm-hmm. It's kind of just like, oh, I'm sick. Oh, I'm turned and cured. Oh, I'm over my boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
I think that these, because they are like 20-minute long episodes, that it really does take talented writers and directors to construct a story because it's a short form and not everybody excels at that. Some people need more time to tell their story and that's fine. But with these, like you really need to be effective and concise and like but still be able to pack the emotional, punch.
Sure.
And this one, it does in some ways with the relationship, but it moves way too quickly for it to really give it the impact that it needs.
She spoke. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.